Good night and welcome to Two Meridian Tapping on this Holy Thursday night for the Christian tradition, and indeed in the Jewish tradition this is the feast of the Passover, a big day for the Jewish tradition. And in the Christian tradition our first reading is the book of Exodus, and it basically is outlining what the Passover is. And I'd like to bring the tapping focus tonight in with this tradition of Holy Thursday, because tonight's gospel, or the gospel in most of the masses, the churches had they been tonight, would have been from John's gospel, and it's the Last Supper, but it's not the Last Supper. John focuses more in his scripture about the washing of the feet than he does about the Last Supper, and it's all about service. And he tells the disciples that this is the greatest act I can do for you, by washing your feet. And one of the disciples says back to him, but why just my feet? Why not wash my whole body? And he's trying to explain to him, but you don't need your whole body washed. It's about the act of service. That I, the one who's supposed to be in charge, am washing your feet. I'm serving you. And he asked them to go and do that, to go and serve others as he had served them. And in our world right now, there are so many people who are serving us in so many ways that they never would have dreamt that could have been expected of them, that they would have to go so far above the line of duty. But it's not totally even about that sort of service, because we can give so much of ourselves to serving others, but forget that we need to truly serve ourselves first, because true service comes through what we do and how we are with ourselves out to others. So really, the way I reflect on Holy Week and this Triduum, this time Thursday, Friday, Saturday into Sunday, is that it's a time of recognizing the vulnerability of the human condition. We have the betrayal of Jesus. We have Judas, who basically sells Jesus off. That's what we're told. And he does that because he got caught up in what I think are probably negative past beliefs that he had in himself, and low self-worth and low self-esteem, and he got caught up in a whole system, and so he bought into it. And it's about awareness, because when we're aware of our own thoughts and our own feelings and our own actions, we can do something about them. We can make change within a system, because I do believe there is the greater power, and that's what's at play in the Christian tradition. It's about the greater power, the more than, the God, the hope, the light that shines in the darkness. And so these days are about us recognizing and acknowledging our darkness, and then trusting in the light and moving towards the light. So tapping tonight, I would love to work on moving from the darkness into the light, or just even acknowledging the darkness and then tapping towards the light in ourselves, for ourselves. The hardest person to reach or to convince about things is ourselves. For us is ourselves. We'll put ourselves down before somebody else does. We'll criticize. Somebody passes a comment on a dress, or that thing, sure bought that, so instead of saying thank you, we tend not to take positive praise very well. We tend to react to it. And that's our upbringing. And it's not that that's anybody's fault. That's just the way, that's what's happened. That's the combination of things, and that's what's happened. So let's tap on that. Let's tap on, even though we don't basically give ourselves a break. Let's forgive ourselves tonight. Let's link into that, and tonight and tomorrow night we'll be leading into that, and Saturday and then into Sunday. So I'm going to take my glasses off and put my hands on my solar plex area, and the phrase I'm going to use tonight for our Two Meridian tapping is, even though I don't always acknowledge my giftedness, I truly forgive myself. So the main phrase is, I truly forgive myself. Even though I don't always measure up to my own expectations, I truly forgive myself. Even though I don't let myself off the hook, I truly forgive myself. So tapping on the karate chop point. Even though I don't always meet my own expectations, I truly forgive myself. And switch that over. Even though I don't always meet my own expectations, I truly forgive myself. Even though I can't seem to get out of negative thinking patterns, and I seem to repeat old ways over and over again, I truly forgive myself. Switch that over. Even though I keep repeating old negative thinking patterns and thinking habits and processes, I truly forgive myself. Inner eye under the collarbone. Even though I tend to be hardest on myself, I tend to never let myself off the hook, I truly forgive myself. Switch it over. Even though I'm always hard on myself and I'm always putting myself down, I truly forgive myself. Outer eye under the breast but still on the ribs. Even though I don't seem to be able to meet the need that's there, I truly forgive myself. Switch it over. Even though I'm constantly nagging myself, putting myself down in my head, I truly forgive myself. Under the eye, front of the ear, little finger and thumb. Even though I'm always hard on myself, I truly forgive myself. Switch it over. Even though I never seem to be able to meet my own expectations, I truly forgive myself. Upper eye, middle finger. Even though I never seem to be able to meet the need, I truly forgive myself. Even though I'm human and I make mistakes, I truly forgive myself. Under the eye, under the arm. Even though I never seem to be able to measure up to the expectations of others, I truly forgive myself. Switch that over. Even though there just doesn't seem to be enough time in the day and I just never seem to be able to reach the goals and be happy with what I have, I truly forgive myself. Crease at the nose, upper right torso. Even though life just seems too much and I just always seem to fail, I truly forgive myself. Switch it over. Even though failure seems to be my middle name, and sometimes I don't even try because it's not going to work anyway, I truly forgive myself. Even though no matter what I do, I never seem to be able to meet the expectations of others, I truly forgive myself. Even though I'm always putting pressure on myself to do more for others and it never seems to meet their needs, I truly forgive myself. Even though I always think it's my fault, I'm the one who's done something wrong, I truly forgive myself. Even though no matter what I do, it never seems to be good enough for me or for others, I truly forgive myself. And back to the karate chop point. And you might be thinking, I don't get this. I don't get why I need to forgive myself if I never meet the needs of others. Basically, it's because it's not the needs of others. It's normally because of an unmet need in us that we're doing all of this in the first place. And it's us putting pressure on ourselves to meet the needs of others. And it's our assumptions and it's our unmet needs that we're pushing ourselves against. And that's why we're truly forgiving ourselves, because until we forgive ourselves for whatever it is that we hold ourselves responsible for, and normally that comes from a place of shame. It's because we have been shamed that we need to feel that we don't want to feel shame, we want to feel more guilt, and so we cause ourselves that sort of state to leave. It's better that we need forgiveness, because then it's like we've done something wrong rather than somebody has done something wrong on us. So for those times we truly forgive ourselves. Just as Judas was forgiven. He was on a path. It was the path that was set. Had he not done what he did, we wouldn't have had the Christian faith, and we wouldn't be where we are today. It was part of a journey. And he had a role to play in that. So there always is that greater power and that greater place. But for us to be able to take our place in that, and for us to be the gift, the true gift that we are, we've been given as gift to this earth by the divine. And to be that true gift, and to celebrate that true gift, and to live the giftedness we have been given or born into, we truly need to forgive ourselves every day, because we're human and we interact with other humans and other energies, and all the energies hit off each other. And forgiving ourselves allows us to retune to a much higher frequency of self-acceptance and self-love. That's my thought on it, and that's the reflection that I've been sitting with all day. So that's what I offer you tonight. So let's work on that. So let's tap now on I truly love myself. So we've just tapped on I truly forgive myself. And now we're going to tap on I truly love myself. Even though I never seem to meet the expectations of others, I truly love myself. Even though I feel I never quite lived up to the expectations of my parents, I truly love myself. Under the nose crease of the chin, even though I don't seem to meet up to my own expectations, I truly love myself. Switch that over. Even though no matter what I do, there always seems to be expectations, I truly love myself. Inner eye under the collarbone. I truly love myself. Even though sometimes I find it difficult to do, I truly love myself. Slide out to the outer eye, under the breast, but still on the ribs. I truly love myself. Even if I've pain in my body and it's driving me absolutely up the walls because I never seem to be able to get rid of it, I truly love myself. Outer ear, little finger and thumb. Even though I find it really hard to understand the actions of others and possibly judge them, I truly love myself. Even though it's really hard to admit when I'm wrong, I truly love myself. Upper eyebrow, middle finger and thumb. Even though I don't seem to think I fit in, I truly love myself. Outer eyebrow. Even though I never seem to be able to meet the need that arises, I truly love myself. In front of the, under the eye, under the arm. Even though I never seem to think I'm good enough, I truly love myself. Even though it just never seems to come together for me, I truly love myself. Crease at the nose, outer upper outer torso. Even though days can be dark and half of it is my fault, I truly love myself. Even though it's my thought processes and my actions that have caused the state of the world for me, I truly love myself. Into the nose crease of the chin, I truly love myself. karate chop point. I truly love myself. I truly love myself. The greatest act of love is to forgive. So we've already tapped on truly forgiving ourselves, truly loving ourselves, and now we're going to tap on accepting ourselves for who we are. And we are a gift, and what we do is the best we can do right now. And you know, that's unfortunate if that's not good enough for somebody else, but that's actually their issue and their state and their life and their journey. It's the best I can do with my time and my efforts and my gifts right now. And that's what service is about, doing the best we can with the gifts and talents we have, accepting the gifts and talents we have, and accepting that we don't always have all the gifts and talents that are needed in situations. And that, you know, sometimes can be the best gift of all that we can give, by saying, actually, no, I can't do that. No, that's pushing me too far. Because we won't give the best of ourselves if we're being pushed too far, or if we don't believe we can do something. Believe in yourself, believe in the gifts you have and use them, but equally be honest about what you can and can't do. We all are humans, we have limitations, but equally we're vibrational beings, and we need to keep our vibration as light as we can and as de-stressed as we can. And by letting ourselves off the hook and forgiving ourselves and loving ourselves and accepting ourselves for being the best we can be and doing the best we can do, we reduce the stress levels in us. So let's go. Tapping the karate chop point. I truly accept myself. I truly accept that I do the best I can. Switching over. Under the nose, crease of the chin. I truly accept all that I am as gift. Switch that over. I truly accept that I can change my life by changing my thoughts. Inner eye, under the collarbone. I truly accept that there is a power greater than me, and that I can only do my part in this great universe. Switch it over. I truly accept that as I am gift. Under the eye, corner of the eye and under the breast, still on the ribs. I truly accept that I am good enough. And switch that over. I truly accept that I control my stress levels. In front of the ear, little finger and thumb. I truly accept that I can change my thought patterns by literally changing my thought. Switch it over. I truly accept that I do the best I can with what I have. In front of the eye, under the arm. I truly accept that I am good enough as I am. Switch that over. I truly accept that I am gift as I am. Edge of the nose, upper outer torso. I truly accept that I do the best I can with what I have in the moment, and that is good enough. Switch that over. I truly accept myself as I am. Under the nose, crease of the chin. I truly accept that I am gift from God, and as I am beautiful. Switch that around. I truly accept that I can make mistakes and it's not the end of the world. I truly accept myself as I am. I truly accept myself as I am. And come back to the Crackle Chat point. And that's our 3 rounds of tapping that I do online. And it is around acceptance and forgiving ourselves and loving ourselves as we are, and for the gift that we are. And you may find some of the statements I said maybe a little gritting with you. Maybe that's something that's bringing something up for you that needs further work, or perhaps it didn't fit for you tonight at all. That's okay too. I suppose it's where I am reflecting on Holy Thursday and the Gospel of John and the service of 2 others, but first of all the service to ourselves. If we do ourselves a great disservice if we don't accept ourselves as we are and accept the gifts and talents we have been given, and love ourselves and forgive ourselves for the mistakes we make, for putting ourselves under too much pressure at times, for thinking we can change the world. We can, but only by changing ourselves and creating a positive vibration coming from us and going out into the world. We can never change another. So that's my offering tonight. I hope it touched you in some way. Tomorrow night I'm going to tap as well. It's Good Friday, and I always wonder why it was ever called Good Friday, why we see a crucifixion as being good. But the whole story in it is that it was through that darkness that we got to the light, and that Jesus, it was through his death and his suffering that hope sprung eternal. And so for our world right now, there's a massive message in that. That doesn't excuse what's going on, but pain and suffering are part of our lives. It's what we do with it and how we serve through that makes us who we are and offers us as gift to the world. I'm going to stop now and leave you with that, and hope that you can be of service to yourself. Mind yourselves, rest yourselves, because the only way we're getting through this time is by minding ourselves and reflecting on our life and seeing ourselves as gift and allowing ourselves to get off the hook of self-criticism, self-doubt, and being so hard on ourselves and destructive of ourselves, really, by putting ourselves under so much pressure, because we're only human and we crack. We all have our cracking point, but the more we can accept ourselves for who we are and sit at the feet of our own lives and be taught by it and learn from it without criticism, and love ourselves for who we really are, the more we can be of authentic service to others. Keep the faith and keep tapping, guys. Bye.